Now, we've been hearing talk all week about how the Niners are going to do this, how the Niners are going to do that, how the Niners are better than the Cowboys. Well, we're going to see today when we step in Levi's Stadium. Now, this game begins at 6:30. I'm already amped up as a Cowboys fan because this is right where I want to be. I want us to have the hardest road to perdition to get to the Super Bowl. That means we have to go through 3 teams on the road. If people don't think we can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, we beat a decrepit Tampa Bay team. Yeah, they weren't the same team as they were last year, but they still had Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's undefeated against us until last week. So now we have Brock Purdy. You know, if I'm the defense, if I'm Dan Quinn in that defense, I would be licking my chops right now. Reason number one, the Niners haven't faced a pass rush like us. Reason number two, I think our cornerback play is pretty much, second or third in the NFL. And rule number three, or number three, looking into this game, I think that overall we have a better defense than the San Francisco 49ers. And I think we have the better pass rushers. I look at D-Law. I think he needs to step up today, especially him. Yes, he's getting up there in age, but he's been doing a whole lot of talking. Now it's time to step up. I look at Dorrance Armstrong. There's been an APB out for him for the past few weeks. He needs to step up. And we all know that young lion, Michael Parsons, is going to bring his A game. Another key player, too, on the defensive side I like to focus on is Leighton Vander Esch. Last week, he had a phenomenal game. He was reacting to the ball carriers, plugging up holes. Him and Leonard Hankins played a very good game. And I expect the same this week. The Niners are a very good team, offensively, but I think our defense can combat that with great linebacker play in the pass rush. If we're able to, tackle CMC, and I don't mean just one person tackle him. I mean we need to swarm him defensively. If we're able to do that and limit those runs, limit those gadget plays to Deebo Samuel, the Cowboys not only will come out victorious, I think it will be a blowout. I'm just sick and tired of hearing that how much the Niners are better than us, even though you look at their schedule, they really didn't play a great favorable team in the NFL. The Cowboys definitely had a tougher schedule. We had to go to Minnesota. When Minnesota was hot, we beat them. We faced Philly with Dak Prescott, and we put up 40 on them. Now, people will say, oh, but you guys lost to the Commanders. So what? We needed our asses kicked. We needed a reality check because the time is now. I don't know what's going to happen next year. I'm not worried about that, but I know one thing. Dak Prescott, he's definitely proven himself, and he's going to continue to prove himself. And the fact of the matter is this. People are saying Brock Purdy right now is better than Dak Prescott. Really? Out of a sample size of 6 games? And also, too, he has great weapons. You have Deebo Samuel. You have Christian McCaffrey. And, of course, let's not forget George Kittle, who's probably arguably the best tight end in the league. Second to Travis Kelce, excuse me. Or Dallas Goedert, whichever you want to pick. But the talking needs to stop. I think defensively, not only are we going to make Brock Purdy have a horrible day, but he's going to be erratic in the pocket because he hasn't faced a pass rush like us before. And also to our cornerback play. Trayvon Diggs, I'll give him a mulligan because last week he didn't play well, but that was last week. Now we signed Xavier Rhodes. We got rid of Trayvon Mullen, unfortunately, but that's okay. Well, we also have Deron Bland. Last time I checked, Deron Bland led the team in interceptions. I think he had 5 or 6 this year. But yet somehow the Niners are going to stomp us. Man, that's some hogwash to me. Simply because I believe in my team. I think the time is now for us. I think Coach McCarthy knows the time is now. Dan Quinn knows the time is now. Even Dak Prescott himself knows the time is now. So when you have those key players focused, I think anything is possible for the Cowboys. Now, offensively, these players need to play well. First off, Tyler Smith. He's going to have his hands full today, probably going up against Joey Bosa because, the 49ers are excellent at game planning defensively and utilizing, their advantages in matchups. So I think Tyler Smith, I don't think he will have a long day. I think he will have a solid day. And if he could somehow neutralize that pass rush, it'll make it easier for Dak to get the ball down the field and get the ball to the key players such as Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, of course, and also Tony Pollard and Dalton Schultz. The Cowboys' recipe is simple. It's just to not beat ourselves. There are times where we've played in games to where we carelessly turn the ball over, put our defense at a disadvantage. It's not happening today because we're too poised, because we know what's at stake, and we know we want to go to Philadelphia. That's what I think is going to happen. Also, when I look at the offense, I think that, San Fran, they're very good against stopping the run on first and second down. They're also very good at stopping the pass on first and second down. So what does that mean? That means Kellen Moore needs to get in his bag and mix it up. Stop being methodical. Stop being predictable. That bullshit is over with. This is a new season now. This is not the regular season where you could just frolic your way, through the regular season, have 5 dud games where honestly we should have won if we had a better game plan, and piss away the season. No, the time is now for us to step up. The time is now for us to put a halt to all this trash talking a lot of Niners fans and even the Niners have to say, as if we're some preschool team. Last time I checked, we were the number 1 defense at one point. Where were you guys at? Another thing too, when I look at our offense, I think our offense is a very dynamic offense if utilized properly. With the key addition of T.Y. Hilton, not only has he taken a lot of pressure off of CeeDee Lamb, but also Michael Gallup as well. Michael Gallup is being used more of as a red zone threat, and also too, he's getting a lot of one-on-one matchups, so he's taking advantage of that. People think Michael Gallup can't play, but you got to remember he's just coming off of an injury, and this is a perfect time for him to show out because I think he is healthy, he's running his routes better, and he's catching the ball and getting more confidence. Also, Ezekiel Elliott, he cannot be a drive killer this game. I need to see Zeke to get at least 3 to 5 yards rushing, at least 3 to 5 per carry. Tony Pollard, he's going to do his thing. People are going to key on him because he's dynamic in open space. He is a game breaker. That's what he has done. That is what he's placed his whole career off of. Big plays. When you need to get big play, you can count on TP. I think the Niners are going to key in on him, but also while they key in on him, it's going to leave other players open, such as a Dalton Schultz, such as a T.Y. Hilton, also too CeeDee Lamb. If the Niners are smart, they would double CeeDee Lamb because if they cover him one-on-one today, he's going to eat. And I mean eat. He's going to eat that secondary alive. And the Cowboys will go to Philadelphia for the NFC Championship. As well as our offensive line play, I look at it like this. I previously mentioned Tyler Smith before, but all the rest of the guys have to play. We know Zach Martin's going to play. We know Tyron Smith is going to play. But our center, Biadasz, he needs to step up. I know he's coming off of injury, and I know we're probably going to move him around and also move Connor McGovern to the left guard side. He needs to step up as well. This is going to be a daunting 49ers defense, I must say. They do have pass rushers as well. And they also have a linebacker by the name of Fred Warner, who's pretty much one of the smartest linebackers in the league. He's good against the run. He's great against the pass. He's good at blitzing. When you have a middle linebacker like that, you can pretty much manipulate the defense to what you want it to do. And, for Dak, that might be some trouble. However, I think that if, the receivers are able to get open, take advantage of the one-on-one matchups, not running bullshit routes, I think it'll give Dak a huge advantage. Because let's face it, yeah, that secondary was tested last week against Seattle a little bit, but they haven't faced us. People think that we're some walk-in-the-park team, and I beg to differ. I mean, ever since Dan Quinn has come here, he's actually revamped that defense. We have a lot of pass rushes. We have linebackers that could get to the ball. We also have safeties that could headhunt, and one of those safeties is Donovan Wilson. Last week, he was really put on display of all the hits he was giving all the Buccaneers receivers, but nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about how Jaron Kearse had that timely interception in the red zone because we do lead the league in takeaways. People think that's not going to happen today. People think that Brock Purdy is just going to sit in the pocket all by his lonesome, being able to pick us apart with these short little intermediate passes, and these receivers turn them into big gains because they're good with the run after the catch. But what if we neutralize that? Then what is he going to do? It's been proven. He can be erratic at times. Because if he's not able to move out of the pocket and he has to stay in the pocket, he gets uncomfortable. And that's where him being able to read a defense comes in. If he's not able to do that, it's going to be turnover city for the Cowboys. Like I said, I have the Cowboys winning 31-20. Matter of fact, I hope it's not even close. because I'm just sick and tired of people saying that, oh, Cowboys aren't going to do this, Cowboys aren't going to do that, when we've been doing this shit the whole damn season. What else will you have to say after we win today? What else is there next? Oh, they're going to go to Philly and lose? Nah, I beg to differ, because I think Philly is scared of us because they know what we're capable of doing. Yeah, they dog-walked the Giants yesterday, but they dog-walked the practice team because the Giants didn't show up. And that's just a fact. You can go look at the tape. You can go look at the highlights. You could clearly see what I said about Daniel Jones was true. Daniel Jones has been inconsistent all season. He's not the quarterback for that team, and it showed yesterday, because there were times where he could have came back in that game and he sputtered just like he normally does. Did he even throw for 3,000 yards? I wonder what was his percentage. People are going to say, oh, he didn't have receivers this, that, and the third. It doesn't matter. You still have to perform. He had Saquon Barkley. Yes, that line was decrepit, but you could have still made it work. And considering the fact that it's a divisional rival and you guys just lose 38-7, come on now. That just doesn't make sense. You know, Dabo needs to clean house, like I was saying before. He needs to get his players via draft or free agency. He needs to start from scratch.